Telkom University as the #1 private university in Indonesia under the auspices of the Telecom Education Foundation, a subsidiary of PT Telekomunikasi Indonesia. Established on 50 hectares area in the southern of Bandung, Telkom University is a merger of 4 institutions under the Telecom Education Foundation in 2013, namely Telkom Institute of Technology, Telkom Institute of Management, Telkom College of Art and Design Indonesia, and Telkom Polytechnics. Having a number of students reaching 30,000 who come from all over Indonesia, Telkom University has the vision to be a research and entrepreneurial university in 2023. Which actively involves the development of technology, science and art with information technology based. Its missions are to organize and develop international standardized educations with technology-based information, to develop, disseminate and apply internationally recognized technology, science and art, to utilize technology, science and art for the welfare and advancement of the nation's civilizations through the development of entrepreneurial competences. Until today, Telkom University has had 50,000 alumni spread all over the world. The number of alumni has been calculated since 1990, which was the beginning of the STT Telkom campus, with 7 schools in it, namely School of Electrical Engineering, School of Industrial Engineering, School of Computing, School of Economics and Business, School of Communications and Business, School of Creative Industry, and School of Applied Science. Telkom University has 34 study programs ranging from diploma to master programs, of which 59% have been internationally accredited. Furthermore, Telkom University is also the first campus in West Java that is accredited A from the National Accreditation Board of Higher Education. Ranked 9th in the Green Metric UI ranking. As a green campus in Indonesia, Telkom University has earned various achievements including the #1 private university by the Ministry of Technology, Research and Higher Education in 2019. Telkom University also acquired Anugerah Widya Padi as the campus with the best innovation for the last 3 years since 2017. And ranked #1 private university at the level of 4 ICU Uniranked and Webometric. In addition, Telkom University also received the title of 5 stars by the QS Star for the category of technology, inclusiveness, employability, and innovation. In terms of publications, Telkom University also acquired the highest international ranking of publications from Simago. It also won a Sinta Award from the government as a private university with the #1 most productive publications in Indonesia. In line with the vision to become a research and entrepreneurial university in 2023, Telkom University continues to develop in the field of research and innovations. With the establishment of Bandung Technopark, Telkom University continues to strive in creating startups and innovations in order to continue and to contribute in supporting the industrial sector in Indonesia. In addition, Telkom University is also supported by the establishment of the Research Center in order to produce the best innovations. The existing research centers are Research Center for Advanced Wireless Technologies, Research Center for Internet of Things, Research Center for Digital Business Ecosystem, Research Center for Human-Centric Engineering, and Research Center for Advanced Creative Networks. Furthermore, each faculty at Telkom University also has its own research group. Each of them is In supporting the entrepreneurial ecosystem model in it, Telkom University, through Bandung Technopark, has given birth to approximately 42 startups, generated through the ecosystem model in it, through the following process. At present, Telkom University also has an international program, in addition to international classes with 9 study programs. Telkom University also has a global academic program which includes student exchange, staff exchange, and joint or double degree. Besides that, from community service and research, Telkom University also has a global research and community service program with several countries in Asia and Europe. Until now, Telkom University has collaborated with 57 international partners from 3 continents and 10 countries. Telkom University has digitalized the learning content through the Center for E-Learning and Open Education. It has 637 learning subjects produced from its 9 studios.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon and best wishes to all of us. All praise be to God Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mediani Kris Eka Putri, and it is such a wonderful opportunity for me to be the host of the launch Telecom Infra Project, TIP Community Lab, East Asia. First thing first, I would like to say thank you and also welcome all of the distinguished guests. First, Minister of Communication and Information Technology, Mr. Johnny Gerard Plate. Hello, Mr. Johnny. Good afternoon, Mr. Johnny. Right. Also, we have Director General of Resources and Equipment of Post and Information Technology, Dr. Ismail MT. Hello, Dr. Ismail. I would like to say good afternoon and welcome, yeah? Also, we have COOs, directors, and representatives from GSMA, TIP, Telkomsel, XL Axiata, Smart Friend, Industri Indonesia, PT Sampurna Telekomunikasi Indonesia, Net1, MDOX, Parallel Wireless, Mavenir, Altiostar, Bicels Technologies, Combat Telecom, IBM, PT GCI, and Facebook. Now, I would also like to welcome Sindu Arianto, Chairman of Telkom Foundation and Board of Director of Telkom Foundation. Do we have him here? Hello, Mr. Sindu. I would say welcome, yeah? Also, of course, the one that we've been waiting for, our Rector of Telecom University, Professor Adi Wijaya. Hello, Professor. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Also here, Vice Rector of Academic Affairs, Dr. Dadan Rahadian, STMM. Hello, Dr. Dadan. Right. We have here as well our Vice Rector of Resources, Dr. Insinyur Rina Junita Pasaribu, MSc. Hello, Dr. Rina. Yeah. And I would like to welcome our Vice Rector of Admission, Student and Alumni Affairs, Dr. Dida Diah Damayanti, MISC. Good afternoon, Dr. We have here also our Vice Rector of Research, Innovation and Cooperation, Dr. Insinyur Rina Puji Astuti, MT. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Right, and last but not least, I would also greet TIP communities and all participants. Yeah, welcome to TIP communities. Now, after we held 2 webinars and also sharing sessions about Open Run for ICT business, we have finally come to this event. It is the peak of the event by TIP Community Lab in Southeast Asia. Now, this is proof that the COVID-19 pandemic is actually a momentum for us, where collaboration between institutions should actually be even tighter, and that a pandemic does not prevent us from building something that will benefit us all humans. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us start this event by singing Indonesian National Anthem and Mars of Telecom University.
University, sinergi bangun negeri, maju dalam ilmu pengetahuan, satukan tekad bersama, padukan langkah, bawa bangsa menuju garis depan. Raih cita, rajuk asa, sing-singkan lemah, tingkatkan inovasi, unggul dan berprestasi, semua demi keluhuran bangsa, masyarakat adil makmur sejahtera. Laksanakan pendidikan dengan semangat pengabdian, ciptakan kehidupan gemilang. Telkom University, kebanggaan pertiwi, maju dengan karya, berperan bagi bangsa, bagi Indonesia, bagi dunia. Telkom University, kebanggaan pertiwi, maju dengan karya, berperan bagi bangsa, bagi Indonesia, bagi dunia. Bagi dunia.
Thank you very much, everyone. I would like to invite Telecom University Professor Dr. to give a welcoming speech. Ladies, welcome Professor Adi.
Okay, thank you. Distinguished guests, Minister of Communication and Information Technology, Bapak Johnny Gerard Plate, Director General of Resources and Equipment of Post and Information Technology, Dr. Ismail, all CEO, COOs, directors, and representatives from GSMA, EIP, Telkomsel, Excel Axiata, Smartfren, Indosat Uridu, PT Sampurna Telekomunikasi Indonesia, Net1, MDOX, Mavenir, LTO Star, Bicel Technologies, Combat Telecom, Facebook, and IBM, Bapak Sindu Arianto, as Chairman of Telkom Foundation, and all of BOD Telkom Foundation, Telecom University Vice Rector, Dean, and Directors, and also TIP communities. Good afternoon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, all praise due to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, to our God Almighty. Hopefully, all of us in good health. Ladies and gentlemen, in this afternoon, we are here to witness the grand launching of Telecom University TIP Community Lab. It is an honor we have a TIP lab in Indonesia that will encourage the increasing connectivity between Indonesia and the world. Welcome to the launching of Telecom University TIP Community Lab, the first TIP in the Southeast Asia. Thank you for being here with us today. We are very pleased to be able to welcome all of you that have been with us from the very beginning. Today marks another journey of Telecom University, and we are proud to be able to host it today here with all of you. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped us to make this event. I would like to express our gratitude to Mr. Minister, Bapak Johnny Gerard Plate, and Direktorat Jenderal Dr. Ismail, EIP Global, GSMA, Telkomsel, Excel Axiat, Smartfren, Indosat Uridu, PT Sampurna Telekomunikasi Indonesia Net1, MDOX, Mavenir, LTO Star, Bicel Technologies, Combat Telecom, Facebook, TIP Task Force of Telecom University. We could not have done it without all of you. In today's event, I would like to focus on our TIP communities that have been supporting us. Your passion helps us to unite, and the energy we create is what allows us to achieve our goals. We need you as much as you need us. And that is why we are grateful to have you join us here at Telecom University TIP Community Lab. We have prepared a space that will function as a center for research and share about the development of telecommunication world. We invite you to be able to utilize the facilities provided, and together accelerating and encouraging new telecommunication infrastructure readiness and deploy more flexible, effective, and cost efficient for societies. By this, we believe it will be our media to make a better world and beneficial to all mankind. Especially for Indonesia, this is one of Telkom University programs to contribute the success of the Making Indonesia 4.0 programs. We hope this will promote Indonesia as a digital pioneer and inclusive in Southeast Asia and a global stage. Inspire and build a local supply ecosystem to drive TIP connectivity solution and build local talent and job market growth. I don't want to take too much your time. Once again, very welcome to all of you. We would like appreciate your input, suggestion, and contribution to the development of Telkom University TIP Community Lab. Have a good day, stay safe, and stay healthy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Professor Adi Wijaya, for the warm welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite our Minister of Communication and Information Technology, Mr. Johnny Gerard Plate, to give opening speech and as well as inaugurating the launch of Telecom Infra Project, or TIP Community Lab of Telecom University in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Johnny Gerard Plate.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Good day, good afternoon everyone. Professor Dr. Adi Wijaya, Rector of Telecom University and all faculties, Pak Sindu Arianto, Chairman of Telkom Foundation, and the Board of Directors, representatives from the private sectors and Telecom Infra Project, TIP, communities, Civitas Academica of the Telecom University, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Again, good afternoon, everyone. We are here today to witness the grand launching of Telecom University TIP Community Lab as the first of its kind in Southeast Asia. The TIP Community Lab in Indonesia hopefully will accelerate connectivity between Indonesia and the world. It will also serve as a medium for synergy between stakeholders, including the government, industries, universities, and the digital community. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the critical role of connectivity in our communities and economies. With demands continuing to rise, operators and other community stakeholders urgently need more efficient ways to expand and upgrade their networks. The establishment of this TIP Community Lab will complete Other pillars, again, I repeat it, will complete other pillars program that will be executed in Indonesia, such as research and development, testing and deployment, building up awareness, creating new talents by way of training programs, and support the new local startup in the field of open and disaggregated technology. The TIP is accelerating the deployment of an open, interoperable, and standards-based solutions for comprehensive network products across the world. These standard-based solutions for comprehensive networks across the world will be also available to operators in Indonesia, which will promise a boost in the country's digital economy. Additionally, the project will hopefully build a broader and deeper network through one of its main activities, the Open RAN solution. Once broadly implemented, the Open RAN will lessen the cost of infrastructure deployment. Thus, it will be a good alternative to increase coverage in rural areas, reduce blank spots, and generate more incentive for telecommunications operators. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the establishment of TIP Community Lab is indeed timely, as Indonesia is now also progressing with its digital transformation agenda. The Ministry of Communications and Informatics of the Republic of Indonesia, the MCI, is planning to accelerate the transformation process through infrastructure development, advanced technology adoption, digital talent improvement, as well as digital regulations enhancement. Underlying this initiative is a vision to realize a more robust and prominent digital ecosystem in Indonesia that comprises of a digitally capable society and a world-leading industry. It is important to note that the implementation of this digital transformation program must ensure inclusive growth involving all levels of economy. Indonesia's digital ecosystem that is now thriving should positively impact all parts of this society. At this stage, a strong collaborations as well as mutual support among stakeholders is a must. This is where the TIP project takes place. With all its good virtues and collaborative visions that are in line with the Indonesia's principles of inclusive development. Indonesia hopes Telecom University TIP project will further foster the digital transformation agenda in at least three ways. First, the product research and technology trials that will be conducted in the TIP are inspired to produce the necessary solutions for telecommunications infrastructure in Indonesia. Second, Indonesia envisions that the TIP will grow to become one of the digital talent incubators, which will help to improve digital talent development. In support of this mission, for the last 3 years, the MCI has conducted the Digital Talent Scholarship Program in collaborations with technology companies, telecom universities, and many other universities across the nation. The program comprises at least 7 academies, such as the Fresh Graduate Academy, Vocational School Academy, Online Academy, Coding Teacher Academy, Thematic Academy, Regional Development Academy, as well as the Digital Entrepreneurship Academy to cater the various needs of the society. With the rising urgency to close the national digital talents gap, the MCI has launched 60,000 seats of scholarships in 2020 this year, and currently is preparing for the 100,000 scholarship seats for the next year's 2021 launching. With the launching of the TIP, the MCI is assured that it will become a reliable place for Indonesia's digital talents further flourishing. The MCI do hope that TIP and all stakeholders involved will become the nation's counterparts in enhancing the digital ecosystem. It is imperative now for all of us to collaborate in one vision, a just and advanced digital Indonesia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, by this, I officially commence the Telecom Infra Project TIP Community Lab of Telkom University. On behalf of the government of Indonesia and the people of Indonesia, I extend my congratulations to the Telecom University, GSMA, and TIP, as well as the whole digital communities that are involved. Let us all remain in a high spirit to work together for the betterment of our country, of Indonesia. Thank you. Have a good day, stay safe, and stay healthy.
The Telecom Infra Project is a global community of companies and organizations working together to accelerate the development and deployment of open, disaggregated, and standards-based technology solutions that deliver the high-quality connectivity that the world needs now and in decades to come. A TIP Community Lab is a research for TIP project groups and project chairs. And is a tool and environment TIP project groups can leverage to accelerate their community-based collaborations. The TIP Community Lab can be used as a collaboration space for a proof of concept or a reference implementations, or for other types of collaboration designed to address specific service provider use cases.
Established in 2016, TIP has more than 500 telecommunication organizations members from around the world. TIP program aims to develop human capital in mastering technology and develop the local supply-side ecosystem of OEM and SI on TIP technologies such as Open Bank, with the collaborations of the industry and aligning with demand sides to ensure the demand support and availability to create a sustainable supply-demand ecosystem that can contribute to job creation and make Indonesia as regional champions in providing the open technology solutions and services.
Telkom University is chosen as the first Telecom Infra Project community lab in Southeast Asia. Telkom University is the #1 private university in Indonesia. Under the auspices of the Telecom Education Foundation, a subsidiary of PT Telekomunikasi Indonesia. Having a number of students more than 3,000 coming from all over Indonesia, Telkom University has a vision to be a research and entrepreneurial university in 2023, which actively involves in the development of technology, science and art with information technology based. The Telecom University TIP Community Lab opens on December 2020. It will bring MNOs in Indonesia together to work hand in hand with other TIP members. This community lab will allow participants to evaluate and adopt solutions developed by TIP project groups and feed results and new requirements back into the TIP community for further development. Welcome and join us. Telkom University TIP Community Lab.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite all of you, guests and participants, to join a virtual group photo. So please kindly turn on your camera. Yeah, we would like to see your beautiful faces, handsome faces. Give us your best smile. Show us enthusiasm. Yeah, you can follow my pose. Let's raise up a fist. Yeah. Now there will be 3 slides. I will give you cues. Okay, are you ready? Yeah. For the first slide, 1, 2, 3. Right. Second slide, be prepared. 1, 2, 3. Right. Last but not least, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much. Now, the photo session has been completed. Thank you very much for Mr. for your contribution. We completely understand. Should you have any other agenda, you may leave this webinar or this virtual room. And thank you for your attendance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end of this launching ceremony. So we will continue. Our agenda will be led by our moderator, Mr. Kevin Henry, the head of strategic engagement at GSMA. Now, before we start the session, I would like to read his profile. Mr. Kevin Henry is currently the head of strategic engagement in APAC for GSMA. He has over years of experiences in the telecommunication sector, various mobile operators regionally in APAC, such as Maxis, Celcom, Indosat Ooredoo in Indonesia, Robi in Bangladesh, as well as smaller startups like U-Mobile, P1, and Citel in Cambodia. Mr. Kevin has held various senior positions, with the last being the Chief Operations Officer of ToonTalk. He has both commercial and technical roles his tenure. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Kevin Henry.
Thank you so much, Menjadi, for such a kind introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or selamat sore, bapak dan ibu sekalian. It gives me great pleasure to be the moderator of this event today. The launching of Telecom Infra Project Community Lab in Telecom University. To reiterate, this is the first of its kind in Southeast Asia for this session. We have a strong lineup of distinguished speakers from the ministry, mobile operators, and ecosystem players who will share their thoughts and insights on this event. Let me introduce the first speaker for this session, Bapak Dr. Ismail, Director General of Resources and Equipment of Information Technology. Dr. Ismail is also the secretary of the implementation team for the National ICT Council since 2007, chairman of the Indonesian Telecommunication Regulatory Body between December 2018 to 2019, and also the commissioner of PTT Telekomunikasi Indonesia TBK since May 2019. Silakan Bapak Ismail.
Thank you, Gavin, for your kind introduction. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to start my presentation. I don't think that I will take a long time. I would like to start with the challenge that Indonesian face, how to speed up our ambition to accelerate digital transformation in Indonesia. Let's start the first slide, please. Please, can you open the screen sharing, please? Okay. Still waiting the slides. I would like to start the condition of our infrastructure that, as you know, Indonesia already established a quite big infrastructure to cover our Indonesian territory, our region. Thousands of kilometers fiber optic will already built by the operators and finalized by us with the Palaparing project. Talking about the access, at least we have three kind of technology for access. One is fixed broadband, the second is a mobile broadband, and then the last but very important also to complement is satellite access. These three kind of access need to be this kind of access need to be covered all of Indonesia with the three category. One is availability. So the coverage of networks has to cover all of Indonesian, including in rural areas, in villages. And then the quality, we need also our access connectivity, a good quality, broadband quality. And then the next is affordability. People also want affordable, afford to utilize this access. So that is the three criteria that will be covered in Indonesia. It's not easy because we are archipelagic country. Thousands of islands need to be covered. I think need a huge investment to cover this. So to accelerate this, government in this year, I mean 2021 and 2022, will intervene with the government budget, place billions of dollars to cover the access of 4G network in the rural areas. Where more than 1,000 villages need to be covered by 4G network by the end of 2022. The second, government also released the policy and regulation in Cipta Kerja Law, Undang-Undang Cipta Kerja, to release the relaxation sharing between all operators, amongst the operators, sharing passive infrastructure sharing, active infrastructure sharing, including frequency sharing. That three kind of sharings will be released in the couple of months, and then I think the operator has good benefit to decrease their costs and their make the efficient operation to cover of Indonesia. And then, of course, we think that not enough by the government release incentive. We need to discuss about how to utilize the technology development. Technology key drivers or to establish the infrastructure. The two kind of technology very promising to us to cover our infrastructure. One is open RAN technology. The next is high throughput satellites. I think these two kind of technology is very important to Indonesia to overcome our problems to our connectivity, broadband connectivity. As you know, that Open RAN is one of the approach that enabling the multi-vendors ecosystem, then encourage innovation, competition, and also can boost our local need-basis solution. This technology hopefully can reduce the total cost of ownership operators, especially cellular operators. In terms of supply and demand of the Open RAN, there is, as we know, there are some policy to stipulate the Open RAN technology. And then there are some incumbent RAN suppliers already planning to support various form of Open RAN technology. The progress of the full virtualization is firm with multiple suppliers announce the commercial availability of virtual RAN. In the demand side, as I mentioned, that there are so many countries need this solution, including Indonesia. We have a potential market operators increasing optimistic technologies by this technology to move beyond the rural setting and bring the new development, how to develop especially in rural areas. We predict that the market share of total Open RAN in 2030 predicted by increase even by 75%. This is a very huge market demand that can be suffered. To implement this Open RAN, we believe that the collaboration between stakeholders is needed. Government become as a key role to dirigent this to orchestrate the collaboration between network operators, application developers, system integrators, and of course community, academia, and media. We call this pentahelix collaboration. I think IP Lab built and operate by Telecom University, very important things that will support this collaboration. How to implement the Open RAN with the step-by-step and structured, and then will be make impacted for our infrastructure as soon as possible. And the key activities of Open RAN stakeholders, government will encourage all industry players to invest on the design and digital talent toward Open RAN ecosystem, as explained by Minister. And then we prepare the regulation, especially regarding the local procurement rate. We call is TKDN to support local business in Indonesia. And we support also how to the local product can also bring this development and this production to go to international, especially in South Asia region. And for network operators, we do hope that they define their roadmaps implementing of measuring success of Open RAN development, investing Open RAN technology to greenfield and brownfield. Of course, there are two different areas, starting with the 4G but 5G ready ecosystem, which support local technology by using national-based product and services. We also encourage our young generation makers to prepare the solution with the application developers to have a customizing solution for Indonesia, especially in the rural areas. And then for new entrants, they can prepare their digital talents to new business model, designing the system to comply with the open RAN concept. Last but not least, the system integrator. That is a very important, need to be prepare the talent to integrate the open RAN technology. As maybe this is the condition now that the global already moved from open to open RAN ecosystem, especially in the new operators. They already implemented this directly, like Rakuten Japan, or many others operators, new operators coming with the new with the TIP community labs. For Open RAN development opportunity in Indonesia, we have some issues that already I have mentioned. We will completing our telco infrastructure and promotes local hardware ecosystem, encourage the local application, and encourage local ecosystem for integrator system. That is this four challenges that need to be covered by government as soon as possible. I think that the collaboration of TIP Lab and Open RAN technology, it is very promising for us. Of course, we do understand there are some challenges also behind of to implement this Open RAN, like the compatibility. That is first issue. Next slide, please. And then the second one is how to implement the new technology. Of course, the operators need to be accelerate. They have inertia implement a new technology, and then the availability of human resources, and then the last is a proven and robust solution, global standard. So that's why we are very eager to discuss with the GSMA global standard that this technology can guarantee of the scalability and then the future of this technology. I think that's my presentation, Kevin. I hope that will be discussed with all any other speakers that this issue is very important to Indonesia, and there's very happy to discuss to implement this technology and then the future of the IP Lab at Telecom University. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Bapak, Dr. Ismail. As usual, you brought a lot of insights into this presentation. I will do a summary at the end of my presentation because there's a lot of presenters. And next up, we have Mr. Julian Gorman, who heads the GSMA APAC region team.
Thanks.
Sorry, I think maybe I should brief all the speakers on how it's going to happen. Basically, I will say your name and where you're from, and then play a short video clip, and then I'll give a brief introduction about you, and then I will hand it over to you. So the GSMA is an international trade association bringing together over 750 mobile network operators from across the globe and over 400 leading companies from the digital ecosystem to advance the use of mobile technology for inclusive economic growth and transformation of society for a resilient and thriving future. Julian spent more than 20 years in senior roles with various mobile operators around the world, including Indosat Corridor. Please take it away, Julian.
Thank you very much, Kevin. His Excellency Minister Tony G. Plate, Professor Dr. Ari Wijaya, Dr. Ishmael, good friend, CEOs and execs of our members, including Vikram, Anto, and Ibudian, Vish Mathur of TIP, and Brian of Facebook, and the execs of all the supporting vendors, and other leaders and guests of the industry here today. The GSMA is very proud today to be part of the launch of this Open RAN Lab in partnership with Telecom University. I've spent much of the last 12 years working in and with partners in Indonesia, and many of the friends and leaders I've come to know over that time are here today. And from my role at the GSMA, it is a very admirable moment for the number of leaders and organisations joining together to celebrate another step on Indonesia's path to be a regional digital pioneer. Open RAN technology and open network and this lab is more than just another option on the very diverse infrastructure landscape for a nation's telecommunication solution. The global pandemic has accelerated the need to transform economies and get people online in an inclusive digital economy. At the same time, trade and political dynamics have been catalysts to need to diversify mobile operators' network deployment options and to serve such a complex and ambitious digital nation. The collaboration today to launch this lab will provide a platform to allow Indonesia to explore the potential to become a technology leader and really innovate to meet its own future needs. As the first lab in Southeast Asia, its reach and influence will also extend beyond Indonesia, and GSMA is committed to supporting its reach and to reach its full potential, regional potential. I believe today makes a statement about the maturity of Indonesia's digital economy, the Indonesian mobile operators, the government, and the potential of this nation to not only be a big digital economy because of its population, size, and geographic presence, but a statement about the intent and willingness of the stakeholders here today to deliver an inclusive and resilient digital economy for all Indonesians, and to also export that commitment, innovation, and leadership across the region and the world, and assert its leadership position on the global stage. Indonesia has an immense natural potential for growth with young demographics, appetites for digital adoption, rising middle class, but with economic and policy challenges to achieving their digital ambitions. But recent progress with the Omnibus Law and the work to implement it are illuminating a path for growth and technology and innovation for Indonesia's future growth. GSMA research shows unique user penetration is now rising over 2/3 of the base, and mobile broadband subscriber penetration is passing 50%. And that is creating a platform for innovation that is not only advancing the lives of the community, but being exported around the region. Signs of a maturing and ambitious digital pioneer nation are being watched from the region and around the world. In the GSMA Mobile Economy APAC report published earlier this year, we identified pioneer 5G countries like Korea and Japan, and some of their common characteristics like high mobile broadband penetration and progress on their economic transformation. But a key principle defining those pioneer countries is the collaboration between government, industry, academia, and the ecosystem to create a sustainable and prosperous leadership in the technology and the ecosystem development to support that digital transformation. They work as partners to create a national asset with competitive advantage against other nations. It is that same principle I see here today in the launch of this initiative, and I would like to congratulate the leaders here today and the organisations present for taking this step and providing the opportunity and commitment for Indonesia to build a competitive advantage and leadership in open RAN technology that will be an asset for the nation and also provide a reference point for more collaboration in the future. I look forward to next year's GSMA APAC Mobile Economy Report reflecting on this moment and the achievements made in the current year and what influence it has had in advancing the mobile economy in Indonesia and the region and elevating the voice of Indonesia on the world stage of digital leaders. Thank you and congratulations for this launch. Back to you, Kevin.
Sorry for the glitch. I muted myself and then I was not able to unmute. Thanks, Julian, for your insights. Following Julian, we have Mr. Vishal Mathur, who is the Global Head of Engagement and Telecom Infra Project, responsible for facilitating collaboration. Which is responsible for facilitating. Sorry, I need to just briefly give an overview about you. Which is responsible for facilitating collaboration within the TIP community and scaling TIP incubated solutions globally. Prior to joining TIP, Vish worked for over 25 years across consulting, strategy, business development, and P&L positions at Accenture, AT Kearney, Telefonica, the GSMA, and now TIP. All yours, Vish.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you for the warm introduction. I have some slides to share. Could I share my screen, please? And Kevin, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear. Perfect.
Okay. 1 second, I'll just share my screen. Okay. Do you see this now, Kevin?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. So, His Excellency, Honorable Minister of Communication ICT, Baba Johnny G. Plate, Honorable Professor Dr. Adiwajaya, Babak Lahadia, and Babak Dr. Ismail, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. As well as that, esteemed industry executive colleagues, thank you for welcoming TIP to this important and pivotal launch of the first TIP Community Lab in Southeast Asia. Congratulations, Telecom University. TIP welcomes Telecom University to a global community. And just for those who don't know TIP, TIP is a global member association of 500 plus members. We are there to design, build, and test open network solutions, including Open RAN. This community lab is a vital part of a network of 14 community labs around the world. And Telecom University plays a pivotal role in not only offering a test facility for Indonesian telco community to test the interoperability of Open RAN and other open network solutions, but also is a foundation for building skills and learning in Indonesian students and the technology sector and community. It's key for us in TIP that we have a network of product development and testing around the world. And I look forward to other hosts such as Telefonica in Madrid and Deutsche Telekom in Berlin, inviting you as the Indonesian community to share their learnings of how they've done testing of these types of solutions. Coming back to interoperability, for TIP, testing is a vital component for testing the product lifecycle of these very complex multi-vendor solutions such as Open RAN. So in that regard, we are endeavoring and stimulating the market to move from current proprietary single vendor solutions to introducing these multi-vendor interoperable stacks that can be integrated into operator networks and therefore drive real commercial deployment. So as a part of this global TIP network, Telecom Uni Community Lab is going to be a vital part in inviting participants that are international and as well as national, to come together and collaboratively run plug fests and test the interoperability of Open RAN and other open network solutions before they go out into the field. As you can see on this slide, amongst the 14 community labs that we have around the world, including now Telkom Uni, we've already run around 8 plug fests in the past 2 years. And these are vital learning points back in for the Indonesian community to learn on how to do testing in a formidable way. To give you an example, we recently ran a Open RAN plug fest in Berlin, hosted by Deutsche Telekom. This is the first time we've done 5G Open RAN testing based upon global standards recognized by O-RAN Alliance, and with Open RAN, TIP Open RAN member community coming together. We had 29 vendors delivering their solutions based upon requirements published by the operators in TIP. And in that environment, they verified their solutions in an interoperable fashion to make sure that they meet standards and the requirements. And also this was done in a remote fashion, especially within the COVID-19 world, where they all had to collaboratively come together in a virtual Plugfest environment and test their solutions using automated scripts as well. We look forward to Deutsche Telekom sharing these test results with the Indonesian community so that when you embark on your first levels of interoperability testing with the Indonesian telco community, we can really show that this can be done in an efficient way. Furthermore, I wanted to share another great case study, and this is a recipe for addressing the challenges that Babak Ismail was talking about in connecting the unconnected in rural Indonesia. We not only can bring TIP Open RAN to the table, but we can look at a efficient and creative solutions that meet the affordability, accessibility, and quality requirements that we need in rural Indonesia. So total site solution is yet another approach where mobile operators can look at end-to-end lean configuration approaches to design remote coverage solutions for the Indonesian populations in rural areas. This brings together not only Open RAN or RAN solutions, but also efficient backhaul solutions, remote management, as well as virtualized core networks, all together in an end-to-end network designed to meet the market need. We look forward to sharing, as a TIP community, sharing the playbook and the way these solutions have been put together so that the local telco community in Indonesia with their vendor partners and system integrators can really drive forward the types of solutions that are necessary in Indonesia. And then finally, let's not forget, it's been expressed by our esteemed colleagues before, that this is a collaboration. And only through collaboration can we really achieve results in this Indonesia 4.0 outcomes. So in TIP, we're happy to be a facilitator with the GSMA and other core community members to really make sure that we drive forward execution where it's needed over the next few years. For me, this is about looking at leveraging the community lab in Telecom University, test Open RAN and other open network solutions. And then after that, take them into the field with the mobile operators to commercially deploy them in rural Indonesia and in urban Indonesia, finding the right use cases to really empower citizens and businesses in the way they need it. From that, we also build awareness, not only in the national sphere, but in the region, but also globally, inviting new players to come to the table. And then from there, let's build local talent. And as it's been expressed, really use this as a platform for growth, for driving forward economic value, talent development in the network capability sphere that we need. We'd also look to then invite the startup community to be fostered and incubated where innovation is needed, where we see gaps in capabilities that are necessary to create a foundation of connectivity. In that regard, we would love to use the TEAC model in TIP, which is the Accelerator Center model, to try and help to foster a foundational model with local VCs and startup communities. Thank you very much, Kevin. This ends my presentation. Again, congratulations to Telecom University to joining the TIP community. We look forward to others joining the TIP community and then putting forward their requirements and driving forward productization in Indonesia.
Thank you so much, Vish. That was really insightful. I think a lot of people had a lot of questions with regards to TIP and what are the next steps, like you shared with TIP. Our next speaker, as most of you will know, is Pak Setyanto Hantoro, who is currently the President Director of Telekomunikasi. Pak Hanto graduated from Telkom Bandung Institute of Technology and obtained his master's degree from the Bandung Management College. He is also the supervisory board of the Telecom University Chapter Telkom Group Alumni Forum. Silakan Pak Hanto.
Thank you, Kevin. Honorable guest, Minister of Communication and Information, Pak Joni Pelate, Profesor Adi Wijaya, Director of Telecom University, Pak Ismail, Director General of Resource and Equipment of Post and Information Technology, Mr. Julian Gorman, Head of Asia Pacific GSMA, all the representative of telecommunication companies and technology partners. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent Telkomsel here. I hope that we and everyone around us continue to be blessed with health amidst this COVID-19 pandemic here in Indonesia. As the leading digital telco company in Indonesia, Telkomsel aspire to be at the forefront of enabling digital solution for the Indonesian society and ready to serve our customer by maximizing the resources that we need and our strategic partner established. Therefore, collaboration is become the key to implement Telkomsel business strategy to strengthen the digital ecosystem for the Indonesian society to be more inclusive and sustainable in the future. We truly appreciate this initiative to launch the TIP Community Lab Southeast Asia by TIP and Telecom University, supported by Minister of Communication and Technology of Republic of Indonesia, Indonesian Cellular Operator, and GSMA. We believe that this TIP Community Lab is a manifestation of a collaborative work between government, telco industry players, academicians, to establish a joint forces by developing the latest technology such as Open RAN, which also will bring benefit industry and society development in Indonesia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Telkomsel hopes that the Open RAN technology could also be implemented in rural areas, especially in 3T regions, the outermost, the frontline, and the disadvantaged region, as it will help to create an optimum operational efficiency for telecommunication operator like us to develop equitable broadband network across the country. In Telkomsel, we will continue to give our full support for any development of the latest technology such as Open RAN by the IP Community Lab, and mainly to accomplish the making of Indonesia 4.0 plan. Telkomsel also have a great expectation toward this TIP Community Lab to become the place for local technology developer in software and hardware to develop the most efficient implementation of the latest technology that will allow Indonesia to have world-class Indonesian developer. Once again, congratulations for the launching of the TIP Community Lab Telkom University in Southeast Asia. We are ready to give our full support and contribution to further develop leading cellular technology in Indonesia, and we hope that this collaboration would bring benefit not only for telecommunication operator and Telecom University, but also for the development of overall telecommunication industry in Indonesia and the society of Indonesia. Once again, congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak, for your insights on this topic. Really, really helpful. Our fourth speaker is none other than Mr. Vikram Sinha, who is the current Director and Chief Operating Officer at Indosat Ooredoo. Mr. Vikram is a global telecom executive, having worked various markets in Asia and Africa. He served as Chief Executive Officer of Ooredoo Myanmar and Maldives. He also served as Chief Operating Officer of Bharti Airtel, Congo, and Managing Director of Bharti Airtel in Seychelles. In addition, Vikram also serves as board member for Ooredoo Myanmar and board commissioner of Lintas Arta, the subsidiary of Indosat Ooredoo. He has a postgraduate degree in international management from International Management Institute in New Delhi. Please proceed, Mr. Vikram.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for such a nice introduction. Distinguished guests, my colleagues from the industry and all partners, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Indosat Ooredoo always support Open RAN initiative. Can you hear me, Kevin?
Yes, I can. I can hear you. It's a bit soft, but I can hear you.
Indosat Ooredoo always support Open RAN initiatives as we have similar vision with TIP, GSMA, and Indonesian government create an effective and equitable digital ecosystem and encourage the emergence of local players throughout Indonesia. We see TIP Community Lab as a tool to accelerate community-based collaboration. This will encourage collaboration between all players in the industry, whether it is telco operator, government, network solution provider, or system provider, to be more agile, cost-effective. For us, Indosat, we believe if this collaboration strengthens Indonesia's position as a leading nation in Asia, we will together develop telecommunication infrastructure solutions as Indonesia offers growing potential. Many uncaptured opportunities in rural areas, especially I want to highlight, there are currently more than 12,000 villages with no access to 4G coverage and more than 3,000 non-3G villages who need contributions from operators. We as a community need to work together to answer this challenge. Our major shareholder, Ooredoo Group, also collaborate with Telecom Infra Project to co-lead for Open RAN outdoor micro as a global mobile industry started to embrace Open RAN to drive innovation with over 20 commercial trials taking place around the world. To support leverage 4G coverage throughout the nation and future 5G technology the horizon. Open RAN is expected to bring alternative solution and democratize the RAN equipment with open and virtualized network. Let me also highlight, despite hurdles due to COVID-19 pandemic, we are progressing very well. We are on track to collaborate together on Telecom Infra Project Community Lab. Our open RAN trial in rural area is currently functioning and is in testing phase. We will continue to support this and spread the spirit to continue building a digital Indonesia. We hope this collaboration by launching TIP Community Lab in Telecom University will accelerate Indonesia 4.0 and creates a healthy industry. Positively contribute to socio-economic development and our theme of rising up Indonesia. With this, I will again like to thank all our colleagues and partners. Terima kasih, and back to you, Pak Kevin.
Thank you so much, Vikram. I like your shirt. Looks like you have already embedded yourself in Indonesia. Our next speaker, who is a credit to all women of Indonesia, is not able to physically be present today. So we'll play her pre-recorded message. Ibu Dian Siswarani is the President Director and CEO of PT Excel Axiata.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Excel Axiata is committed to support the government effort in making Indonesia 4.0. We support it by continuously developing telecommunication infrastructure across the nation and supporting the development of TIP Community Lab Southeast Asia in Telecom University to develop Open RAN program. We hope that through this launch, it will encourage collaboration among stakeholders to push the creation of newest technology-based solutions and innovations which can be beneficial to advance the digital ecosystem in Indonesia. So, congratulations on the launching of TIP Community Lab Southeast Asia in Telecom University. Let's together we advance Indonesia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
That is short and sweet. We'll have to anchor by email after this. Our next speaker is Mr. Desmond Cheong, who is currently the CTO of Hutchinson Tri Indonesia. Sorry.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Desmond. Sorry, I thought they had a video of you. Let me just continue with my introduction to you.
Yeah,
Desmond started his mobile communications career from the analog cellular systems in early 1990s after receiving his first class honors degree in engineering electronics from the University of Warwick in the UK. Before joining Hutchinson Tri Indonesia, Desmond took various CTO or network director positions in Vietnam and Hong Kong under CTO. Please take the stage, Desmond.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Professor Dr. Adi Wijayawa, Minister of Telecommunication, Communication and Information Technology, Mr. Johnny Plate, Director General of Resources and Equipment of Post and Information Technology, Dr. Ismail, industrial leaders and distinguished guests. Thank you very much for inviting me to join this very important event for the first Telecom Infra Project Community Lab in Southeast Asia. I'm humbled and happy to join this event sharing our commitment to support this meaningful program. We continue to contribute and support the government in realizing digital transformation in Indonesia. We also have an unstoppable mission to improve network quality and adapt quickly to the latest technology innovation like TIP. And efficient network development is the key to accelerate the mobile broadband penetration and digital adoption for the society. For that, continuous technology innovation is very important in order to develop new and innovation solutions so that the network can be built in the most cost-effective way with uncompromised quality. Free Indonesia welcome and support Open RAN initiative in Indonesia. We hope we can contribute to the development of this technology for the benefit of the nation. Free Indonesia's continuous effort is driven by one mission: collaborate with government, stakeholders, and educational institutions to accelerate the Making Indonesia 4.0 program, because we believe Indonesia has an aspiration to be a global top 10 economy by 2030. Free Indonesia will continue to provide innovative products and services by advancing our high-quality networks. Congratulations for the launch of the TIP Lab in Southeast Asia at Telecom University. We hope we will support each other, creating a new approach to building and deploying telecom infrastructure, encourages the industry to adopt open and collaborative practices for developing new technologies in Indonesia. Lastly, I would like to express our appreciation for the opportunity given to Free Indonesia to be part of TIP. We look forward to work together with Telecom University and TIP Community Lab. We strongly believe that educational institution can play a very important role in developing information technology and advancing this nation. Again, thank you very much for your time in this afternoon. Enjoy this event.
Thank you so much, Desmond, really, for your participation. I know it was very last minute. Thanks for your contribution.
Thank you.
Speaker is someone I call as a friend since we worked together a long time back in Maxis, Mr. Suresh Subramaniam. He is currently the Chief Technology Office of SmartFriend Indonesia.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kevin.
Suresh, yeah, thanks. Good to see you. Suresh obtained his master's in electronic engineering with honors from the University of Hull, United Kingdom. He has more than 21 years of experience in this industry. Please take it away, Suresh.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Firstly, thank you for the opportunity, as a meeting. And our Minister, Mr. Johnny, and Pak DG, Dr. Ismail, and Professor Menjadi, thank you again, for attending. Firstly, Telecom University has been a great partner here. I think we'll first congratulate Telecom University for all the effort, along with TIP, to make this event happen, and as well as pushing this, Open RAN, which is very critical moving forward. So I think it's very clear, if you go to the third slide, very clear message from Cominfo on how we should take forward the Industry 4.0. So our contributors, MNs here, will really need to focus on improving connectivity, enabling the ecosystem so that the digital agenda can be achieved. And one of the way I think going forward, which everyone spoke about, is the open RAN technology, where we believe, many are already trying out and testing. We believe this will drive the TCO down and make it more cost efficient for us, the operators, to deploy in the mass deployment, right? I think with this effort, along with Telecom University, we have progressed quite far. We are already in the Telecom Lab, getting connected to our network to do all the testing. And we believe, from SmartFriend, we are fully supporting this effort, and we will be there throughout the period to ensure some success in this deployment. Thank you again, Telecom University, GSMA team, and TIP for all the effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you. Nice batik as well. Looks like you and Vikram have a good selection of batik.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next in our list, distinguished speakers is none other than Mr. Sergey Abogas, who is the Chief Technology Information Officer at PT Sempurna Telekomunikasi Indonesia. Mr. Sergey graduated from University of Bath, and he has been in the telecommunications industry for more than 18 years. Please, Sergey, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Kevin. Good to see you.
Same here.
Good afternoon to everyone here today, and thank you for the opportunity to represent Net1 Indonesia. The mission of Net1 Indonesia is to bring 4G connectivity and digital services to the rural areas in Indonesia, and as such, we are really delighted to be part of the TIP community lab and the first TIP lab in Southeast Asia, and support the program Making Indonesia 4.0. We mainly and obviously want to congratulate Telecom University and TIP for having gathered driving actors of the Open RAN community around a common goal and have them committed to this very ambitious project. We strongly believe that contributions from the MNO, OEMs and system integrators will jumpstart innovation across the technology market in Indonesia, which will in turn support life-changing applications that will unlock social and economic benefits across the Indonesian remote areas. The Telecom University TIP can become the cradle of these innovations for Indonesia, but also for Southeast Asia. We at Net1 have been working on the ORAN initiative for about 2 years on our side with a number of suppliers, and we looked for alternative solutions to address the challenges that we faced. We've identified and validated the positive impacts, and we are delighted to now join in forces with all the partners in the ecosystem. So once again, we're looking forward to participate actively to the TIP Lab working groups, and we would like to congratulate all the participants and thank them in advance for our future positive collaboration. Thank you very much, everybody, and be safe.
Thank you, Sergey. Glad you're doing well. Now, after hearing from the mobile operators, it will be good to hear from the ecosystem players. To start with, we have today Mr. Atul Kanak, who is the Technology Director in MDOCS.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Atul. Well, I'll just introduce you, just a two-liner. Mr. Atul is into open disaggregated networks and comes with over 20 plus years of industry experience. He has seen the network evolution from all the G networks to date. Please proceed, Atul.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for the intro. I hope I'm audible, and can I get a presentation right as well?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Thanks for the invitation, and I think it's a proud moment for me, myself, as well as from Amdocs, to kind of share the same stage, virtual stage, obviously, with all the esteemed guests who has presented earlier. And I think there's a common theme going on of making Indonesia 4.0. Amdocs work with the same vision and wants to collaborate for the same level as well. And for those who don't know about Amdocs, just a one-line information from an Amdocs point of view. Amdocs is a system integration company with a 30 plus years of experience from a deployment, rollout, network design, um, obviously with the traditional NEPS kind of system, and then with the inception of TIP, obviously we got invited from Open RAN community. I think that is the main focus area, and that's what as a Amdocs we are a vendor agnostic company and supporting the similar cause as well. I think Open RAN, as all of us know, is bringing a lot of benefits. Overall, open ecosystem from a disaggregation of our network hardware and our software providers. There are certified, I would say, Open RAN products already in the market, and quite a few esteemed guest has already mentioned. There are field trials going on. There are commercial trials going on from overall connectivity to improve the connectivity, obviously, starting from a greenfield network, taking it to the brownfield, and taking it to the core of the network. So what Amdocs, the role play, what Amdocs is doing, obviously we are part of the TIP journey since its inception. In 2016, we saw the evolution from the open cellular radio, moving into our open RAN and the transport network, and then working on the test automation side. And we are bringing the same experience to the Telecom University as well, where we know that there are quite a few open RAN vendors which needs to be tested before it can be handed over to a real network, and before it can before the real customers can be put onto it as well. So there's a lot of testing, a lot of validation, a lot of commercialization is needed as well. From overall execution point of view, we are a local company, obviously, based in Indonesia for the last 18 plus years, and then we do have a global presence. We have done multiple projects with multiple operators over a period of years since 2002. Obviously, all the major MNOs who mentioned, who shared their vision as well. And from an execution point of view, we are not a network equipment provider, but we integrate and partner with the ecosystem. We kind of validate the ecosystem which has been built as well. And then in the bottom right, as you can see from a network processes point of view, we design, build, test, operate, and optimize the network so that at the end, the customer have the same experience what they are seeing today, and overall the digital future of Malaysia, sorry, of Indonesia can be achieved as well. We are kind of well connected from that point of view, and following the same cause as well. And that's pretty much on my side. I'll hand over to Kevin to you.
Thank you so much, Atul, for your views from an ecosystem angle, because we heard from the MNOs, we started with the governments, we moved to the MNOs, and now you're starting off for the ecosystem angle, which is very important. So there's end-to-end continuity. Next in line, we have Mr. Anuj Sharma, who is the Director of Sales in APAC region for Parallel Wireless.
Good afternoon, Kevin.
Good afternoon, Anuj. Mr. Anuj is a proven goal-oriented leader with 20 years of end-to-end telecom experience in business development, sales, key account management, telecom operations, and service delivery. He's leading parallel wireless business in APAC region, working closely with main carriers of the region for cost-effective and scalable solutions, focusing on customer growth. The floor is yours, Anuj.
Thank you. So can I share the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Kevin.
Yes.
I'm audible. Thank you. Thank you so much. So His Excellency, Honorable Minister of Telecommunication and Senior Distinguished Delegates from the industry, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good afternoon to each and every one of you. First, let me congratulate Telecom University and TIP to organize this grand event, and thank you for giving PW an opportunity to present in this forum. I will run through a couple of slides which will give you brief information about our organization, initiatives, and activities in the region. We are a fast-moving US technology company which was founded in 2012, headquarters at Nashua, New Hampshire. We are ambitious about innovation, collaboration, and focus on the customer success. Parallel Wireless created only G software-enabled open architecture to make delivery of wireless coverage and capacity use cases, especially making capital-intensive wireless infrastructure. We pride ourselves on offering full automated indoor-outdoor coverage capacity solutions with a unified OLG and Wi-Fi cloud-native architecture. That is open standard with 5 points of RAN and orchestration and analytics. We have experienced leadership with 4,000 years of R&D experience, presently engaged with 50 customers, operators in 6 continents, and providing solutions right from rural, urban, dense urban, public safety, and smart cities. Just to give you a brief, that this integration of hardware and software started in 1980. Eventually, mainframe got wiped out by PC and laptops, and Windows application was running on HP. And as x86 Scott server got standardized, then we have open source from Linux and VMware coming on the hardware. And subsequently, if you see EPC evolved from a virtual-based application running on the Scott server. In early 2018, TIP initiative of Open RAN with the disintegration of hardware and software brought in multiple globally to be the part of the program. PW Open RAN software has evolved from a virtualized software to a container-based which can reside on any Scott server, not only limited to the core central node, but will be applicable to baseband and the radio units. Challenges Open RAN. We need all G, not just 4G and 5G, because it creates complexity of operations, managing multiple Gs. Expensive professional services, manual cost of labor for MNOs to maintain and optimize this network, and cost of the deployment. The solution from wireless, unified virtualized architecture across all Gs and open interoperability of GGP-based baseband processing platform, Open RAN controller to automate, optimize real-time SON, and delivering benefits in the future of 5G. If you see TIP Open RAN, it is able to solve the problem of vendor locking, help MNOs to virtualize their RAN infrastructure, access to all Gs, cost deployment, low cost of deployment, and allowing the integration of hardware to the greater efficiency and the cost of services going down. Our engagement in APAC with TIP banner specifically for Indonesia, TIP along with PW and its partners has initiated the setup lab in Telecom University, which will be connecting the 4 operators, Smartfren, Telkomsel, Indosat, and Axiata. Indonesia will be the first country where all operators shall test the flavor of Open RAN and then can take further actions on the commercial deployments. We are happy to inform that we are meeting all timelines set in the project delivered our initial scope in the record time. Apart from this, we will be doing 2 field trials with 2 operators, SmartFriend and Indosat under TIP banner. I want to thank Pak Suresh and Pak Vikram and Pak Olia for their support. PW is committed to Indonesia market along with the partners and customers. We think that TIP and PW can work holistically in creating training programs and can work towards making local ecosystem in Indonesia. We are committed to the vision of Indonesian government of bringing internet to every person and organization. I personally think Indonesia will be epicenter of global new telecom revolution and will create a great pool of human resources for global economy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anuj, for sharing how the evolution of hardware, software of disintegrated has transpired over the years, and how it's not just a lab POC you're talking about, but also a field POC, which is very, very remarkable. That's good.
Thank you so much.
Okay, next in our order will be Mr. Ben Patulo, who's the VP for Mavenir. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Kevin.
Ben has worked in the wireless telecom industry for over 20 years. Ben is now leading Mavenir's ASEAN team to drive digital transformation towards open and interoperable platforms designed to put more control in the hands of the end user by enabling an IT approach to wireless infrastructure. Please proceed, Ben.
Thank you. I have a slide to share.
Go ahead, share it.
Thank you. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So thank you, distinguished guests. I appreciate the opportunity to present the Mavenir story today. I think what's happening in Indonesia is very exciting for our region, and I look forward to a great future as Mavenir being a key contributor to that. So one thing I want to highlight for Mavenir's perspective, we've been in the industry for a very long time, particularly around software. We have many of the existing mobile operators in Indonesia as long-term customers, particularly in areas of messaging and security platforms. But I think more recently in areas of products such as EIR, we've had great success this year deploying for both the Indonesian government and also many of the operators in Indonesia. So while we are a significant player in the Open RAN space, our product portfolio expands all the way from core network all the way through to the actual radios themselves. With the recent acquisition of IP Access, we can now complement our 4G and 5G Open RAN platforms with 2G and 3G with a virtualized interface. And I think that's quite compelling for markets such as Indonesia. And as my colleagues from Parallel Wireless highlighted, all G really is a strong position for the Open RAN community. Sorry. Okay. So Mavenir addresses the market in 3 key areas. One is clearly in cost reduction. Operators today are obviously under enormous pressure to continue to grow revenue and maintain ARPU. It's becoming very challenging in mature markets, and we are strong believers in taking a lot of the challenges of the past, such as vendor lock-in, proprietary hardware, proprietary software, and disaggregating the entire plane all the way from the core right through to the radio adopting open standards, interoperable standards is critical for operators and the broader community, various enterprise and industry to benefit from that. Revenue generation is also very important. We think the operators obviously need to try and expand beyond their current revenue base today, which is primarily consumer. We think obviously through the benefits of 5G and network slicing, delivering enterprise and industry specific platforms and use cases is a very powerful tool for the operators and the industries to generate new sources of income. And finally, what we see as a very serious part of our portfolio, and I think is something that is a real focus for the open RAN and open and interoperable standards community, is revenue protection. There's a lot of commentary around security and is open standards safe. Mavenir is a dominant player in that space, and we're very confident that by opening up the interfaces, the customers and the data that is carried over those networks is not at risk. With the advent of automation and machine learning, that brings in greater value in the protection of data and ensuring that it's not lost to people who could potentially cause harm to the network environment. So a very quick summary on our Open RAN success. We have now successfully deployed Open RAN in 4 countries in Southeast Asia: Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and now Thailand. Those deployments cover both 4G LTE and 5G sub 6 gigahertz and 5G millimeter wave. We have just recently secured our first contract, which also involves both 2G and 4G in a fully virtualized environment in the Indonesian market. So we're very excited about the future in the region. There's a lot of upside coming, particularly in private network infrastructure. We've had some great success in Germany, Japan, Taiwan, and now Thailand in private network. So we really see that as a real growth driver for Open RAN going forward. And how we partner with TIP? Well, there's many ways we can partner with TIP. The proof is really in what we've delivered with them in recent years through initially joint development, where TIP, ourselves, Deutsche Telekom, worked very closely with MTI in Taiwan to commercialize the first 40-watt Open RAN compliant radio. So we see that as a real success, and that radio has now been deployed in Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia as part of our initial deployments. So very excited about that cooperation. Customer engagement, we worked with Facebook and TIP in Malaysia with the e.co team to try and demonstrate a use case for Open RAN within the neutral host market. Once again, we think that's a great opportunity for Open RAN, and with Indonesia being such an industry leader in neutral host infrastructure, I see Open RAN really thriving in that market. And finally, the TIP Community Lab. It's a fantastic initiative, first in the region, but let's hope it's not the last. I'd like to see across ASEAN 3 or 4 more within the next 2 years. So let's really grow this Indonesian business, and a huge congratulations to the Indonesian telecommunications industry, the government, and obviously the Telecom University for making this a real success. So thank you and congratulations.
Thanks a lot. It's very insightful to know that Mavenir is the industry only end-to-end network software provider. Thanks for your contribution.
Thank you.
Following Ben will be Mr. Kundan Das, who is the head of Altiostar Business for APAC ANZ. Kundan leads the regional team focused on helping communication service providers in their journey of Open RAN, automation, and virtualization. Kundan has 6 years Open RAN virtualization experience working in the region for organizations like Parallel Wireless and Altiostar. With more than 20 years of leadership experience in hardware, software, and virtualization for communications, Kundan has held management roles and multiple companies including Lucent, Huawei, Cisco Systems, and Citrix. All yours, Kundan.
Hi, thanks, Kevin. So I hope my presentation is visible. It's visible?
Not yet.
Hi, Olia, can you put your slides?
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Mr. Kundan, you already become a co-host now.
Okay.
Now you can share.
So I've already said, but is it coming out?
Yes, give it a second. Yeah, it's coming out now.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, wherever we go, but technology is still ahead of us. Okay, so I represent Altiostar, and I don't know, how many of you know Altiostar and the success that we have in the Open RAN space. I'll just briefly cover it. So we are a startup. We started up from Boston, and we have key investors: Qualcomm, Rakuten, Cisco, Telefonica. What we have done is that we have a solution across macro, indoor, outdoor, small cell software, which is we are primarily a software company. We don't get engaged into any kind of hardware. However, we are presently deployed with 8 different hardware vendors. And we are also the first one to deploy with certain hardware which are from the existing vendors that are already deployed. The key first to go market that we have is that we're the first one to support split architecture across software, hardware in split 6, 7, and 8 commercially. We deployed hardware split in the existing supplier, so that means whatever any operator has it in the network, the radio RRH or supplier from different. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so we not only support the new or the next generation ODM hardware from the new players, but you have existing hardware in your network supporting 4G or 5G, they can also run on our software. So we are if you actually look at a true Open RAN company, okay, that is not only work with your legacy hardware, but also with your next generation hardware. We have deployed 4G, 5G, macro, pico, femto on a heterogeneous single software model, and is commercially deployed in a single network, working seamlessly with the existing deployment from other suppliers or other network players who are already existing in the network.
We are the only one probably. We have deployed multi-thousand, okay, macros and multi-thousand small cells in a single network. Okay, our largest deployment is today supports more than 8,000 macro base stations and multi-thousand small cell base stations in a single network. That if you actually make a comparison with anyone else, you'll get the answer that what exactly we are doing in the network. We strongly believe the APAC market is big, but if you take any operator in this geography, they not only need a innovative solution, but they also need a innovative, stable, high feature solution. Okay, so doing 100, 50, 10 base stations, commercial or POC is a different experience. Okay, that's a learning curve. But we have the actual deployment, which is used commercially by multi-thousand number of base stations. So that itself suggests, or that itself certifies how exactly our software and architecture is mature. We do not play any role in hardware, okay, but we support all open hardware companies, and we also support for any reference design, okay, that the partners may need it, okay. Now, talking about our presence, we are primarily focusing on 4G and 5G. The reason being is that 3G is a network where the data we are finding globally going down. So far, 4G is concerned going up, and every country is at a crossroad of deploying 5G network. So if you take migration from 4G to 5G, then 5G is going to demand a massive number of base stations. So the radio cost is going to go up. Now the radio cost is the critical cost or contribute maximum in the total cost of ownership. So as the number of radios are going to go up, it is further going to increase the electricity cost, because the major consumption of electricity in the network is primarily coming from the radio, and that's a major contribution again in the TCO for any operator. Now there are a lot of optimization technologies are available today, and using that you can optimize your TCO moving forward. But if you go for Open RAN and increase the number of radio players in terms of hardware and COTS hardware and go for a very scalable AIML based innovation with mobile edge computing, there is a massive innovation as well as TCO benefit that you can pass on to your operator. We strongly believe in future the network need to be open, not only in using the hardware, but also using the interfaces that are open. We can't do justice if we play our role also in manufacturing to support Open RAN. That is our strong belief. So we don't get into any kind of investment or any kind of sale of hardware. We support all the third-party hardware that includes all our partners, and presently we are supporting more than 8. Okay, and we give the list directly to the operator, and they get engaged with the manufacturer or direct purchase, and we only come and make sure that the network is going to work, and we are the software player. So all the feature functionality development we own, and that's the key contribution to innovation. and keeping it open, we reduce the TCO. So that is our approach, and that's how we have gone with. Now, we do not have any engagement with operators like our other friends are there in the Open RAN space with Indonesian deployment, because traditionally we are a small company, but we have global deployment, that is Rakuten, Telefonica, Deutsche Telekom, Disk, Etisalat, Airtel. So any large scale network that you consider with multi-thousand base station deployment, fortunately, the operator seen us and believe us that we can offer solution with stability and innovation. So that's how we have gone into the Open RAN, and we work pretty closely with TIP in multiple options. And this year, we are aggressively focusing in the Asia Pac market and hoping to catch up what we could not do in the last number of years. So this year we are very, very focused in the Asia Pac, including Indonesia. And we strongly believe that Indonesia is a market where operators don't go for 100, 200 base station, okay, for only the POC sake, rather for thousands of station, and they believe in stability as well as cost reduction. And with our experience, we are pretty much confident that we can bring that particular advantage based on our experience and references to the operators in Indonesia. So that completes my presentation.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Kundan, for sharing how Altiostar, who has deployed multi-first in areas of split architecture in hardware and software. Next speaker would be Mr. Bai Wei, who is the GM for International Markets and Corporate VP for Bai Sales Technologies.
Hey, Kevin. Hello, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, doing good. How are you?
Let me just briefly introduce you.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin.
Bai has more than 15 years of experience in mobile wireless communications, related area, and has a solid understanding of technologies, example 5G, NR, LTA, and Putra. Please continue with the presentation, Mr. Bai.
Okay, thank you. Let me share my screen. Yeah, thank you, Kevin, first, and congratulations for TIP Lab and Telecom University, Southeast Asia. So it's Bai Sales honor to attending this great event. So let me introduce Bai Sales and the TIP communication and also the Indonesia. So first of all, we will give a very brief introduction for Bai Sales. We as a company founded at year 2014. And right now we have a little bit over 600 people with over 500 patents and 40 plus solutions. Bai Sales, we are having the chairmanship for the organization for GTI multiplier, and also we are the first batch, or let's say the first adapter for the TIP and for the Open RAN. This page shows Bai Sales activities mostly. Right now we have globally we have over 80 countries covered, over 80 plus EPC deployed, 200,000 plus base stations shipped, commercially running, and over 400,000 devices shipped. That's mostly for the CP and MiFi. We have been engaged with Facebook, Vodafone, Telefonica, SKT, Airtel, and the team and the China Unicom under the TIP activities. So we've done a lot of plug fest and integration, and also we just finished another plug fest for the TSS in Brazil with team. So basically, Bai Sales is a very active member for the TIP communities. And this page shows basically a little bit more about our chairmanship. So basically, we see that by itself we have a chairman position in the ORAN. We did the white box RU design with China Mobile and China Telecom. So this working group 7 is the white box design for the radios that BICELS is the kind of leader, or let's say enabler for many of the ORAN activities in the world. Talking about Indonesia, so BICELS we compliant. We did the compliance with the TKDN at the year 2018. So that's when we firstly entered the Indonesian market. We started our local subsidiary company at the beginning of year 2019. We also built the first private network. Again, that's BICELS' first private network in Indonesia at the year 2020, which is this year. We partner with some local ISPs to build the fixed wireless network to cover the underserved region in Indonesia as well for this year. That's mostly to cover the uncovered or underserved population in Indonesia, because we are sharing the same vision with Facebook to connect unconnected. And also we submitted the application for Barclay USO project this year as well. That's what we did so far, and what's BICELS' future plan to support making Indonesia 4.0 and the TIP Community Lab. So first of all, I think BICELS, we as a company, we will grow our PT BICELS, not only a sales branch, but we will also building a manufacturing center as the business grows. So there will be some local manufacturing, sampling, and even the R&D team there, and BICELS, we plan no less than 100 people in the Indonesia branch. So that's our first plan. Secondly, to congratulate the TIP community launch and Telecom University. So BICELS would like to donate one end-to-end 5G Open RAN system to the lab, so that you can use that lab to show the Open RANs end-to-end, and we can play with it to test the performance, even to do some integration with other automations things. And of course, BICELS, we also will offer a training course for the 5G operations. And also the third part is we understand that Indonesia, we have a lot of islands. So we will continue to optimize the total site solution, including BICELS telecom solutions, including BICELS power solutions, and together with our partner with the satellite solutions to cover more undercover areas in Indonesia to connect more people to get people onto the internet. That's our commitment and the plan for the Indonesia market. This page actually shows the donation. So as we can see here, we have a 5GC, we have a CUDU, which is running on a complete general purpose platform. We have our sub-6 GHz RU, and also that works with the major like 5G phone, Samsung Galaxy 5G. Of course, BICELS, we could offer the end-to-end Open RAN 5G solution. So that's gonna including the IPGA acceleration card as well. Then talking about BICELS a little bit, to introduce what we are and what we do. So we have 4 business lines. The first one is the telecom networks. So basically BICELS providing end-to-end telecom solution, including Open RAN modules. And we also deliver energies like UPS, like solar panel for those off-grid locations. And BICELS, we supply drones. Those drones are tethered drones, so can support emergency communications, and also the different virus applications. And also BICELS have our device business line, which including the 4G and 5G module, and also the laptop. So just I will skip all the rest business line, but focus a little bit more about the Open RAN offering. So here we see BICELS, we have the core network, including 4G EPC, 5G core, and all those are pure software defined. So you could embed that into the base station as well on the public cloud. Not to mention about the server. And these are the hardware platform that we have. So for 4G and 5G and 2G, and also there's like the to protect the operators' investment. All the RU are upgradable from 4G to 5G, and also we have the devices. Yeah, that's basically concludes our presentation. Again, congratulations, Telecom University and the TIP to launch in the Southeast Asia. We hope and we could contribute more in this ecosystem. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everyone.
Very impressive, with over 400,000 devices shipped globally, and also planning for a manufacturing center in Indonesia, Mr. Bai. That's a very good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Ms. Marie Ma, who's the Senior Director of Technical Marketing Solutions and General Manager of Enterprise Business for Comba Telecom. Ms. Marie is responsible for overseeing the strategies and development of new solutions and product marketing. She graduated from Tsinghua University with a master's degree in information and communications engineering and a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering and automation. She has a wide experience in product management, technical marketing, and business development. She joined the group in 2007. Please, Ms. Marie, go ahead. You can start, Ms. Marie. Oh, your audio?
Yeah. Okay. Now
we can hear you.
Yeah, I was not able to speak. Thank you, Kevin, for the very nice introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Mr. Johnny G. Plate, Professor Dr. Adi Wijaya, and Dr. Ismail. It's my pleasure to be here, and thanks very much to TIP and Telecom University for inviting me to be a presenter here. Telecom University and TIP. Can I present my screen?
Yes, you can.
It's not allowed.
Okay, hold on. Let them give you access.
Okay. All right. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Let me just give presentation. Just give me 1 second. I think I'm trying to change that into a presentation mode, but I cannot.
Bottom right.
Yeah, I think it stopped there.
Did it hang?
Yeah.
Try it again.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to present now.
Okay.
I'm still trying. Oh, oops. I think I need to. Some IT problems. I need to restart my my DVD. I think. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Let me restart my slides.
Sure, go ahead.
Sorry about it.
No problem.
Okay, let me try this time. Is it working now? I think I'm not sure I can present. All right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
looks
on.
like it's working now.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody, for the delay. Yeah, so, I just said, thank you very much, and it's my great pleasure to be here. Just for all of you that may not be familiar with Pamba, so we are a public listed company registered in Hong Kong. We're listed in Hong Kong as well. The company has been around for 23 years. We have global worldwide operation. We have more than 100 direct point of presence globally. The company has more than 4,900 employees. As we're public listed, our annual revenue of last year is $738 million US dollars. So the company operates in different product segments and portfolios. So this starts from antenna and subsystems. We're actually recognized as tier 1 antenna vendor in globally for consecutively 5 years. And we are also like the leading player in DAS and repeaters. We're actually ranked by IHS Market in last year as the #1 DAS vendor in APAC, Asia Pacific. We have a very rich portfolio on small cells. We are the #1 leading player in China mainland market for small cells. And our small cell product has also earned a number of recognized, global awards, including, we are part of a Gartner Magic Quadrant as a innovative solutions. And Open RAN is a strategic direction of the company as well. I'm going to introduce the product Open RAN product portfolio later on. And a part of this traditional open or radio solutions, telecom solutions, we are also investigating the smart solutions, smart city solutions, AI solutions. So those are what we believe is going to be the main applications and use cases for 5G in the future. The company has investing a lot in technology. So we actually have more than 4,600 plus technical patents. 3 main R&D centers, with 2 of them in mainland China and the US. We invest more than 8% of any revenues back into R&D development. So Open RAN, as I just introduced, is one important strategic direction of the company. We are, contributing to the ecosystem and very much supporting the TIP initiative activities by introducing a rich portfolio of radio products. So this starts from remote radio units, which is being deployed and being, entering into field trials in around the globe in multiple trial sites and deployments, with 5G small cell radios and also open radio DAS solutions. So this is more for a large venue for RAN sharing, indoor and outdoor solutions. So our product features multi-threads, supporting 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. So the hardware is capable of supporting different software and different technology. Is completely software-defined radio. We also have Pioneer multi-band radios, which will be introduced in early next year. Will be among the first radio vendors in the industry to introduce multi-band radios. We also have a number of patents in our radio hardware design, including the digital front end, PA, mechanical, and thermal designs. Our solution, our radio solutions, we understand how important power efficiency is to the mobile operators. And then, this is one of our most important bread and butter, and this is where we invest most of our technology in. and by utilizing the high efficiency PA technology, digital processing technology, and dynamic power tuning. And we're also understanding RAN sharing is a very important trend for mobile industry. This is not just for traditional indoor, but also for outdoor. And then, our product features high power, multi-carrier and technology and software defined radio to support this. And lastly, our products features very small footprint. And this is thanks to the technology of multi-band integration, wideband radio, and architecture innovation. Then speaking about Comba's presence in Indonesia. So, since 1997, when Comba company was established in Hong Kong, it's listed in Hong Kong Main Board Exchange, Stock Exchange in 2003. PT Comba Telecom in Indonesia was set up in 2010, which is 10 years ago. It was one of the first overseas offices that was set up, globally. Today we have a rich number of offices, but Indonesian office is one of the earliest offices, presence that we've set up globally. Over the past 10 years, there has been a lot of collaboration projects, and we got a lot of support from local operators, service providers, and system integrator partners, vendor ecosystem partners as well. Today, Comba continues to explore the possibility and feasibility to enhance local presence and contribution to local digital economy. And by introducing our innovative solutions and partnerships with the local ecosystem, we're building tighter and tighter technical and business collaboration with the local players and local customers and partners. So here, this is just some selected photos and project references of what we've been working on, in the past 10 years in Indonesia, and this includes repeaters and DAS product that is being installed in in urban cities, in the high-rise buildings, and also in rural sites and rural areas. And then we also have regular meetings, workshops and discussions with mobile operators in Indonesia, and our antennas has also been implemented and deployed, in the country, by multiple operators. So our solution in the past 10 years, helping the local telecom operators to enhance their coverage, and today we're actually helping the operator to bring a better 4G coverage, to bring higher capacity and better coverage, and also helping operators to onboard 5G. And lastly, this is my last slides. We give a lot of thoughts on how can we contribute and enhance the local economy ecosystem of Open RAN. So, first of all, we're very happy and glad to be a part of the TIP Community Lab, which is the first lab also in the Asia Pac. And we have, in many other engagement with TIP together. I think, we have, as a vendor, we have, been very grateful for TIP for organizing such a rich ecosystem and providing a lot of opportunities to the Open RAN players to, become a stake in the modern telecom ecosystem. So, this opportunity of joining TIP Community Lab with Telecom University campus is a great opportunity for us, and we'll be very happy to be part of it. And then, other potential trials in the rural and the urban space in Indonesia is, also in our plan. We will be strongly supported. And, exactly, we will be providing advanced radio products. We will contribute to technology innovation, system design, network design. And then we will be building learning centers, national skills certifications to, empower the technical personnel skill set. We do joint research, technical papers, webinars, and public speech, and in collaboration with Telecom University, collaboration. And in terms of more broader scope on the local technology manufacturing collaboration part, we look forward to private and public and private partnership with the Indonesian local government, with municipalities, with information municipality. And we also look forward to international collaboration for domestic focused technology and pilot programs. And if there is such programs, we'll be very happy to be part of that. And exactly, how Combo can help. Well, we're just showing, this will be a very interesting, directions, and we are pretty much willing to explore. So, for example, local source and process materials to support local mining industries, electrical component processing skill sets, and hopefully those materials can be used in building the radios, and also local manufacturing of products, support of making Indonesia 4.0 initiative. Also on the downstream, we're looking forward and planning to build more local intelligence center for professional services and maintenance and product warranty. And lastly, and very important, would be very willing and supportive the technology change on advanced wireless technology such as 5G, such as Open RAN, and etc. and others with local universities. And such as the Telecom University, so we'll be definitely trying our best to support for initiatives. Yeah, so this ends my presentation today, and thank you very much for inviting us to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. It's very good to actually see, basically Combine and myself as well, investing and trying to look at Indonesia as a manufacturing hub. Also, transferring knowledge is very important. I think this is the key elements when we actually started this whole initiative. That was one of the areas that we said we will progress as we go along. Thank you again, Ms. Marie.
Thank you, Kevin.
Next up will be Mr. Brian Tan, who is the APAC Lead Activity Ecosystem Partnership at Facebook. Hi, Brian. Quick introduction about you, just a minute. Brian is responsible for developing new business and technical models with partners in the Asia Pacific to build better internet access for all. Brian has been with Facebook Connectivity APAC for the past 4 years and started with Telecom Infra Project, rural access, and shared fiber programs in the region. Please, Brian, go ahead.
Thank you, Kevin, for the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Ismail. Thank you for inviting connectivity to speak the launch of the TIP community in Indonesia. In Facebook connectivity, our mission is to bring more people online to a faster internet. One of these efforts is in Telecom Infrastructure Project. We are a founding member of TIP 4 years ago, and we make significant contributions to TIP with technology and know-how. Today, I'm going to share with you 2 specific contributions we would like to make to the community in Indonesia. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
The first contribution is something we call even start. This is to catalyze white box radio units. We are working with our OEM and OEM partners to develop unified modular platforms based on ORAN specifications of radio units. Radio units are provided through our commercial partners, and they are also modular, so we can do local manufacturing there's sufficient volume. Listed the units, the radio bands. We believe that these bands will be relevant for the future, and we'll be contributing some of these radio units to the lab for the service providers as well as the ecosystem to test these radio units. This is a critical key because the radio units are the most volume items in the Open RAN ecosystem, and this is something that we believe we can help with. The second contribution we will make is based on the open interfaces of Open RAN. We can drive a far higher level of automation. And so the whole premise of Open RAN is that you can mix and match different units, distributed units, centralized units. But this means that it makes integration more complicated. Therefore, one needs to think about how do you do continuous integration so that you can continually test different permutations, different software links, and then continuously deploy and deploy it into the field. Means continuous delivery. We have worked with active partners to develop a open source CI/CD platform, which will now contribute into the community in Indonesia. This platform, we believe, will enable local system integrators, Telkom students to innovate, build on it to drive far higher level of automation for Open RAN in Indonesia. So with this, again, congratulate the Indonesian community on the launch of your labs. We look forward to contributing richly to this lab environment. And back to you, Paul.
Thanks a lot, Brian, for your sharing. As we are running out of time, for the following speaker, we Associate Professor Dr. Khairul Anwar, who's the Director of University Center of Excellence for Advanced Intelligent Communications in Telecom University.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
Yeah,
Let me just briefly introduce you very quickly.
Okay, yeah.
As mentioned, Associate Professor Dr. Khairul, he has a bachelor's, master's, and a doctorate in engineering and worked in PT Astragraphia Information Technology as a consultant. Please, Professor, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Kevin and everybody. So I am very happy that today we meet in this third webinar of the Telecom University TI Lab. In this very short time, so I would like to show only 2 slides. So the first, in this slide, I would like to make concluding remarks representing the speaker from our university, from Telecom University. So first, Alhamdulillah, we officially launched the Telecom University TIP Lab. Yeah, today, the 17th of December 2020. And we hear that many hopes on the success of the TIP Lab in the future. And then we also recognize here that TIP Lab is a wonderful opportunity for Indonesia. So we want to make this is really wonderful. And then also we also recognize the market increases by 75% with the Open RAN. And then we are also expecting that we can start together to advance Indonesia with this Open RAN and TIP Lab. And then we also recognize the welcome to Indonesia in the global 10 economy by 2030 with the high quality networks. And also we recognize that the expectation of the trials in rural areas to bridge the digital gaps and also to reduce the cost by, for example, here's 171 to 129. And then we also recognize the excited for the success of the TIP Lab in the future. And everybody here, also the speakers, also say that this collaboration, will be the reference collaboration of the government, industry, academia, and media, and also the community. And then we also recognize about the operator and 29 vendors collaborate in this TIP Lab. And Telkomsel provide full support to the latest technology, like Open RAN for 3T region. This is the rural area region in Indonesia. And then Kevin and everybody, actually today is the third webinar series. So the first webinar was held in 30th of November 2020 with the title of Welcome to Open RAN for Future Indonesia. And then the second webinar series was in 8th of December with the title of Open RAN for Supporting Indonesia Digital Economy. And then today, 17th of December, we have the title of Open RAN for ICT Business in Southeast Asia. And then especially today, because of the 17th of December, we also have the 17 speakers. So 17 speakers, including one speaker from our rector of the Telecom University, Professor Adi Wijaya. And then I also put the red mark here. This is my own conclusion from these discussions. So the first is that we are expecting that the TIP Lab and also Open RAN will catalyze the investment in technical capabilities. So we are expecting this a lot. And then also, sorry, I should go back. Okay. And also, we are expecting for the formal partnership with the allies, for example, MOU with this TIP Lab launching in Telecom University. And then the last, we are expecting to accelerate the demand for Open RAN solutions in Indonesia and also internationally. And then the last slide, I would like to thanks and to also to provide special thanks. First, thanks to the committee of the IP Lab webinars 1, 2, 3. So everybody can see this is the situations in Telecom University, how we prepare these webinars. And then we also would like to provide special thanks to the buy sales for the donation for the 5G kit, Open RAN 5G kit, and also special thanks to the Komba for the help, for example, with advanced radio products. So that's Kevin. I hope that it can summarize all the speakers. And also I think you would also provide some concluding remarks. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Khairul. Really insightful. Thanks for the summary. And it's great that, it was a series of events that we had over the time, and we've actually made sure we kept everyone in the loop to tell them that this is not just something we write in paper, but it actually almost 8 months or 9 months that we started this whole exercise.
Thank you very much. Very excellent.
Thank you. Okay, for our final speaker today, we have Mr. Dhruv Anand, who is the Head of Sales and Business Development for Telco Cloud Practice for IBM Asia Pacific. Hi, good afternoon. Mr. Dhruv has over 18 plus years of experience in the telco industry, and prior to IBM, he's worked with Ericsson, UT Starcom, and Tech Mahindra. His team is working with operators in the APAC region and assisting them journey to cloud, of which Open RAN and vRAN is a focus area. Their key investment focus is to provide highly automated platform for Open RAN deployment and end-to-end SI services. Take it home, Dhruv. Your audio.
Oops, sorry. Thanks a lot, Kevin. We just get up and running. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So thanks, Kevin. It's a pleasure to be here today with all of you. I think first of all, congratulations to the TIP, to the Telecom University and all the stakeholders for the launch of the TIP Lab. I believe this is the first such initiative in the ASEAN region. And, as IBM, we look forward to supporting and working closely with you guys going forward. Okay, so in my short presentation, I'll provide you a brief overview of the work that IBM is doing around open network cloud, the kind of investments that we're making in the region, and the investment that we propose to make in the Indonesia market. Okay. For those, I believe everybody would, be aware of IBM, right? But what you may not know is that telecom sector is one that contributes the second biggest, revenues for IBM, and it's also the sector which, wherein we have the second largest investments. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, perfect.
Clear.
Now, within the telco sector, I think our focus for last about 2 years has been on open network, and within open network for last about a year, Open RAN has been a major area of investment for IBM. We believe industry context is critical to achieve high value transformation with hybrid cloud, and opinionated telco industry patterns are required to enable telco operators to undertake risk-free migration to cloud-native technologies and achieve the promised capex and opex benefit. Right? This is especially true, for Open RAN when we are disaggregating the current way, in which a telco deploys and runs their RAN, which is provided by a single partner, to a multi, partner ecosystem. Right? So these opinionated patterns, this automation, this end-to-end SI capability, we believe are critical for us, as an industry to achieve the promised capex and opex benefit. Now, towards that end, we had launched IBM's Cloud for Telecommunication earlier this year. This telco industry-specific cloud is a single, open, highly automated cloud platform on which telcos can host their core edge and far edge workloads. Now, specifically on RAN, on this slide, you can see some of our key partners that we've announced to date. We hope to announce more partners going forward. We're working with Altiostar and Mavenir around Open RAN, and we're working with Nokia and Samsung around RAN. And as they progress to Open RAN, we'll work with them on Open RAN technologies as well. Now, IBM is also an active participant in the Open RAN Alliance. With our deep expertise in AI, automation, and orchestration, we are contributing specifically to work group 2 and 3 for development of standards on RAN intelligent controller, and we are also active participating in work group 6 on virtualization and orchestration. Now, in terms of the activities that we are doing in the region, I would like to specifically speak of the work that we're doing with Airtel in India. Right? So essentially, Airtel at the start of the year, had appointed IBM as its platform provider and the SI for deploying open network cloud. Right? And one of the key workloads that's going to come on this cloud is the Open RAN workload. Right? So we are working with Airtel, and they selected Open RAN partner, which is Altiostar, to enable an end-to-end automation of Open RAN deployment and operations, right from designing. So this automation is not piecemeal, right? So we are looking at automation from an end-to-end perspective, right from planning, of what site to come up, where that site comes up, to design of the cloud and the application layer, to automated deployment, and then closed loop assurance. Right? So it's a complete end-to-end automation view that we're taking, which we again believe is critical to achieve the capex and opex benefit that are envisaged by the open network technologies. So in fact, what we've been able to do till now has been to reduce the RAN deployment timelines from weeks to few days, right? And our ultimate objective is to get this to minutes, right? Which is where we believe the most cost-effective rollout of Open RAN can happen. We are also working with Airtel and Altiostar to do the required performance and integration testing, to support the carrier grade requirements. Now, coming to the Indonesia market, I think Indonesia market has been a market that has been maintained for almost 50 years now. And I think we can count pretty much all the telcos as our customers.
And as telcos networks, look more and more like how IT used to look, or how IT currently looks, I think we have a bigger role to play in terms of operationalizing, all the, network cloud, related, technologies. Now, specifically for this TIP lab, as I said earlier, I think we are pretty excited by this announcement. We look forward to working with the ecosystem in Indonesia and Telecom University and TIP. And we are willing to contribute in whichever way we can, right? So we can provide you the required orchestration and automation, platform technologies. We have our own SI capabilities, but we also work with the local partners, and we'll work with you and the local partners to train them to commercialize and test the Open RAN technology. So Kevin, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Dhruv. Really sorry, being the last speaker is never easy, but nevertheless, I think it's very informative. And the part where you said that you all are open to start collaborating with Indonesia more and trying to bring this, to the next level. That's really good.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all our distinguished speakers who have spent their time to share their views and to provide support for this TIP Community Lab launch in Telecom University. Ladies and gentlemen, now I'll invite you to see the first-hand video of... No, I don't think we have the video, sorry. I think basically I would like to extend the invite on behalf of Professor Dr. Adi Wijaya to all of you to pay a visit to the TIP Community Lab in Telecom University. I think Professor Adi Wijaya has informed us that, that the lab is open for you all to go and view, to go and actually take photos to understand a bit more. But before I hand over to Mbak Mehdi, let me summarize some key points from today's event. Basically, I have two key areas. One was Minister Peck. He mentioned about how he wants R&D, talent development, and deployment of innovative architecture to be a crucial part of Indonesia. TIP is accelerating the development and deployment of open and disaggregated networks based on global open standards. He also mentioned that the implementation of digital transformation programs must ensure inclusive growth of all parts of Indonesia's society. Then we had Bapak Dr. Ismail stated the challenge is to accelerate access in coverage, taking into account the quality, affordability, and availability. The government budget put forward is to drive 4G network access into rural areas. Spectrum, infra, and active sharing are key policy enablers. Open RAN, high throughput supply are key enablers as well. Open RAN can boost influx of talent, local needs-based solutions, and drive competition. This will help the benefits. Collaboration is key. Government plays a role to orchestrate pentahelix collaboration. With this, I would like to thank all of you for your patience and attendance for this session. I now will graciously hand over and back to Mbak Mehdi. Thank you.
That the speakers are from all over the world, yeah. So I would say this is a real collaboration to improve connectivity. What do you reckon, Mr. Kevin?
So sorry, I went on mute. Well, yes, I think, as I said in the start, it's really great to see such a mixture in terms of the government, in terms of the operators, in terms of the ecosystem partners. And it's not just in Indonesia, but also globally. And this also is with capacity building in place, whereby University Telecom is the crux of it.
Marvelous. All right, thank you for the insights. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to know a bit closer to the TIP management team from Telecom University. wonderful people we have there, the TIP management team, yeah, from Telecom University. So what have you been waiting for? Ladies and gentlemen, I am inviting you to join the TIP community. It's easy peasy. You just join by scanning the QR code that we display on the screen. Also, the committee has sent the QR code to the Zoom group chat as well. You can always access it. And this code will be displayed again after this event. So no worries, yeah, it's piece of cake. You can always just scan it and then you are joined in the team. Now, I was informed, yeah, from the team that all of the audience from Zoom and YouTube, yeah, combined, it has reached over 1,000 audience. So congratulations to the TIP Community Lab, and thank you very much for the audience. Yeah, it's very precious to us that you can join this event. So ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this event. I would like to say thank you, many thank you to all of the guests of honors who have attended this event. We are very much looking forward to see you soon in person in Telecom University, the TIP Community Lab. Good afternoon, stay safe and stay healthy. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye. Thank you.